Lonnie Anderson will forever be remembered as Jennifer Marlowe, the glamorous, sharp-witted receptionist who brought heart and humor to WKRP in Cincinnati. With her commanding presence and comedic timing, she became an icon of late 1970s television, earning multiple Emmy and Golden Globe nominations. Her film work, including Stroker Ace opposite Burt Reynolds, only added to her Hollywood star power. Off-screen, Anderson lived under the glare of public fascination, especially during her stormy marriage to Reynolds. Yet she met every headline with unshakable poise. Her candid memoir, My Life in High Heels, peeled back the surface to reveal a woman who endured pain, prejudice, and pressure with dignity. Even in her final chapter, she lit up the screen once more in Ladies of the 80s, a diva's Christmas, a testament to her enduring spirit. Tragically, Lonnie passed away in Los Angeles at the age of 79 after a long illness, just days before her 80th birthday. Her longtime publicist, Cheryl J. Kagan, confirmed the news. Surrounded by family, she left this world much as she lived in it, elegant, resilient, and deeply loved. And though the lights have dimmed on her stage, her legacy lives on in every woman who ever dared to be bold, beautiful, and unapologetically herself. Malcolm-Jamal Warner will always be remembered as Theo Huxtable, the witty, endearing son of Cliff Huxtable on The Cosby Show, who helped shape one of the most beloved families in television history. His portrayal in the 1980s captured hearts across America, offering warmth, humor, and sincerity that resonated through generations. But Warner's contributions didn't end there. Over the next 4 decades, he carved a consistent presence on television with standout roles in Malcolm and Eddie, Reed, In Between the Lines, The Resident, and 911. Beyond the screen, he emerged as a powerful voice for emotional well-being in the Black community, launching Not All Hood, a podcast that created space for real, vulnerable conversations on mental health. Though the legacy of The Cosby Show became increasingly complicated, Warner never lost sight of his purpose. He remained a thoughtful, grounded artist and a mentor to younger Black actors who followed in his footsteps, not just a face from the past, but a guiding presence in the present. Tragically, Warner has passed away at the age of 54. A source close to the family confirmed that he drowned while swimming during a vacation in Costa Rica. His sudden departure has sent ripples through Hollywood, but his legacy, built on authenticity, resilience, and care, continues to uplift those who watched him grow and grew up with him. Eileen Fulton will forever be known as Lisa Miller, the fiery, fashionable, and fearlessly flawed woman who set as the world turns ablaze. Debuting in 1960, Fulton was originally meant to stay just 3 months. Instead, she reigned for nearly 50 years, portraying a soap opera character who married 8 times, loved even more, and inspired fierce devotion and outrage from millions of viewers. Her performance redefined the bad girl archetype, earning her a spot in the Soap Opera Hall of Fame in 1998 and a Daytime Emmy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2004. But Eileen Fulton wasn't just a TV fixture. She was a force. Off-screen, she pushed back against typecasting and ageism, even insisting her contract-band grandmother roles. Her boldness wasn't bravado, it was principle. She once said no to matronly parts and yes to cabaret stages, clothing lines, and a memoir that chronicled her life beyond the soundstage. She turned Lisa into a feminist anti-hero before the word became part of pop culture. For countless women watching from home, Fulton proved that you didn't have to be quiet to be respected. You just had to be unapologetically yourself. Her family confirmed that she passed away in Asheville, North Carolina, at the age of 91 after a period of declining health. And with her passing, a golden chapter in daytime television gently closes, leaving behind a name, a face, and a fire that will never fade. Michael Madsen will always be remembered as Mr. Blonde, the menacing, smooth-talking outlaw of Reservoir Dogs, whose chilling charm became a signature of Tarantino's world. With that gravelly voice and haunted gaze, he brought danger to life. Whether as Bud in Kill Bill, Sonny Black in Donnie Brasco, or one of over 200 roles that made him a staple of American cinema. For decades, Madsen portrayed anti-heroes with a quiet ache beneath the violence, men broken by the world, yet unwilling to bend to it. He was more than a character actor. He was a cinematic presence, raw and untamed. And in his later years, as the roles slowed, the artist within him stirred. He began preparing Tears for My Father, a soul-bearing book of poetry that peeled back the layers of the man behind the menace. He was, in the words of his team, really looking forward to this next chapter. Tragically, that chapter will go unwritten. Michael Madsen passed away at the age of 67, found unresponsive in his Malibu home on July 3rd. His death was ruled natural by his cardiologist, stemming from cardiac arrest related to heart disease, chronic alcoholism, and thromboembolic complications. And yet the story he carved into film history remains, a legacy of grit, depth, and unforgettable intensity. Harris Yulin will forever be remembered for the gravitas he brought to roles like the crooked Mel Bernstein in Scarface, the acerbic Jerome Belasco on Frasier, and the chilling Darlene Snell's father in Ozark. Whether in crime thrillers, sitcoms, or prestige dramas, Yulin never merely acted, he embodied. Over a career spanning more than 5 decades, he built a reputation as one of Hollywood's most quietly powerful performers. On stage, he earned Drama Desk nominations and helped found the Los Angeles Classic Theater, mentoring generations of younger talent. On screen, he added depth to every scene, elevating the material with intelligence, presence, and emotional complexity. He wasn't always the lead, but he was always unforgettable. Even in his later years, Yulin remained energized by the craft. He had just begun preparing for American Classic, a new MGM Plus series in which he would have starred. Behind his steely characters was a man who had endured personal heartbreak, including the loss of his daughter, yet never wavered in his love for storytelling. As director Michael Hoffman said, he went out swinging. His family confirmed that Harris Yulin passed away on June 10th in New York City from cardiac arrest at the age of 87. A memorial service will be held at a later date. He leaves behind not just a legacy of performances, but a presence that elevated every project, and a quiet fire that will burn on in the hearts of those who watched him bring truth to the screen. Joe Don Baker will always be remembered as Jack Wade, the gruff, no-nonsense CIA man who stood shoulder to shoulder with James Bond in GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies. But long before his Bond years, Baker made his mark with unforgettable turns in Cool Hand Luke, Cape Fear, and The Living Daylights, where he played both sides of the moral line with equal conviction. For nearly 5 decades, he balanced menace and warmth, starring in classics like The Natural and earning a BAFTA nomination for his haunting performance in Edge of Darkness in 1986. He was the kind of actor who could own a scene without raising his voice, a presence defined not by volume, but by weight. Yet behind that rugged on-screen persona was a man of quiet depth. He loved literature, adored animals, and carried himself with humility rare in Hollywood. After stepping away from acting following 2012's Mud, Baker lived peacefully, remembered fondly by those who truly knew him. His family confirmed that he passed away on May 7th at the age of 89, surrounded by close friends. The obituary, published May 13th, did not disclose a cause, but described him as a beacon of kindness and generosity. Though he leaves behind no children, his performances, steady, soulful, and unshakably real, remain etched into the history of American film. Joe Don Baker didn't chase fame. He earned reverence, the quiet kind that lasts. Bruce Willis at 70, a life of quiet bravery as the curtain gently draws. Say the name Bruce Willis, and instantly we're transported to electrifying defiance of Die Hard, the eerie whispers of The Sixth Sense, or the simmering tension of Pulp Fiction. His voice carried weight, his eyes held stories, and his unique balance of toughness and tenderness made him more than a movie star. He was our hero, fierce, flawed, and profoundly human. Now, as Bruce reaches his 70th birthday, a milestone that once promised celebration is now met with quiet sorrow. Diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, a rare and devastating neurological illness, he faces a reality few of us ever imagined. The man who gave us so many unforgettable characters may no longer remember them himself. Before we continue, let us take a moment. What image comes to your heart when you think of Bruce? That daring rooftop escape in Die Hard? That iconic whisper, "I see dead people"? Or simply the way he filled the frame, not just with presence, but with feeling? We invite you to share your memories, because while Bruce can no longer speak his story, we still can. Born on March 19, 1955, in Idar Oberstein, West Germany, Bruce grew up in a modest New Jersey home, the son of a German mother and American father. In that blue-collar backdrop, he began building the quiet strength that would later define both the man and his roles. As a teenager, Bruce turned to the stage to cope with a childhood stutter and found his voice in more ways than one. After years of working odd jobs and chasing auditions, his breakthrough came as the charming David Addison in Moonlighting. That role, equal parts mischief and magnetism, made him a household name. But it was in 1988 that he truly became immortal. Die Hard introduced the world to John McClane, a reluctant hero with sarcasm, scars, and surprising heart. Bruce redefined what it meant to be an action star, gritty but grounded, explosive yet deeply human. In the years that followed, he built a filmography few could match. Whether saving the world in Armageddon, unraveling time in 12 Monkeys, or delivering hushed wisdom in Unbreakable, Bruce showed a range that transcended genre. He didn't just entertain, he moved us. And now, as we look back, those memories carry new weight. Bruce may no longer hold them, but we do. In every scene, every line, every moment he gave us, the legacy remains. Etched not only in cinema, but in the lives of those who saw themselves in his stories. The man who once ran into explosions and whispered truths into darkness may now walk a quieter path. But in the hearts of millions, he still stands tall. For decades, Bruce Willis portrayed strength on screen, a man who withstood chaos, hardship, and danger with unwavering resolve. But off-screen, he now faces the greatest test of all: frontotemporal dementia, a cruel illness that quietly strips away language, comprehension, and eventually physical control. Unlike Alzheimer's, which often begins with memory loss, this condition takes speech first, a heartbreaking fate for an actor whose voice once carried entire worlds. When Bruce's family announced his diagnosis of aphasia in early 2022, the news rippled across the globe. A year later, they shared that the condition had advanced. He was re-diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, a rare and aggressive disorder with no known cure. In the summer of 2025, the Though not every detail has been publicly confirmed, reports now suggest that Bruce can no longer speak, no longer read, and may be unable to walk. These are not easy words to say, but behind them is something far more enduring. The quiet, powerful love of a family that refuses to let go. 2 recent Instagram posts from Bruce's account say more than a press release ever could. In one, he gently holds his daughter's hand. The caption reads, "He doesn't need to say a word for her to feel safe and loved." In another, his wife Emma is seen cupping his face, the words beneath it simple. Love doesn't need words. And perhaps now, more than ever, that's true. Emma Hemming Willis, Bruce's wife since 2009, has become his strongest advocate and most tender protector. She shares updates, raises awareness, and shields him from unnecessary exposure, all while holding her family together. Demi Moore, his former wife and lifelong friend, remains an unwavering presence. Together with their daughters Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah, they have formed a family that exists not in fragments of the past, but in the unity of the present. On Bruce's 70th birthday, his daughter Tallulah, lovingly known as Tula, wrote a message that touched millions. She spoke not as the child of a star, but simply as a daughter. She remembered how she once felt unsure about her name. Tula Bell Bruce Willis. Today, she wears it proudly. He's a person, she wrote, a son, a kid from Jersey who hit the mother jackpot of life. That bond between father and daughter, memory and love, is something illness cannot erase. In a quiet Sunday visit, Tula sat by his side, holding his hand in silence, joined by her fiancé, Justin. The world beyond moved fast, but in that moment, stillness felt like its own kind of prayer. Though Bruce's world may be narrowing, the love that surrounds him continues to widen. His 5 daughters, Rumor, Scout, Tallulah, Mabel, and Evelyn, remain a circle of grace, standing close even when words can no longer bridge the distance. Bruce may not be able to call their names aloud, but in the warmth of their touch, in the softness of their gaze, something unspoken is understood. As Bruce Willis quietly steps deeper into the twilight of his journey, the characters he once brought to life may no longer remain in his memory, but the essence of who he is endures. Not only in the iconic roles he played, but in the hearts of those who know him and continue to love him without condition. His legacy today is not measured in ticket sales or awards, but in the simple, unwavering devotion of his family. He now lives in the calm embrace of his home in Brentwood Park, Los Angeles, a haven tucked into the hills, far from red carpets, filled instead with familiar warmth and gentle light. It is there, in quiet corners and soft moments, that Bruce is surrounded by those who know his spirit best. His wife, Emma Hemming Willis, remains his constant guardian, not just a caregiver, but a witness to his dignity. His daughters, both young and grown, bring laughter, stillness, and the kind of presence that doesn't need words to be felt. According to reports from July 2025, Bruce's condition has further declined. He no longer speaks, he no longer reads, and walking, once second nature to the man who outran explosions and whispered truths into silence, has become a fading ability. But in the hush that illness brings, love has only grown louder, steady, patient, and profoundly real. Emma has shared that she cherishes every small moment with Bruce, every quiet exchange, every fleeting connection. "I don't know if he knows who I am," she once said, "but I know who he is, and that's enough." Her grace has touched millions. Her strength has helped carry others walking the same road. Their daughter Rumor, now a mother herself, recently welcomed Luetta, Bruce's first grandchild, named in part for his favorite artists. Rumor calls her father the original sparkle and believes a piece of him lives in her daughter's smile. In the light of a new life, something of Bruce continues. And then there's the quiet strength between Emma and Demi Moore. Once romantic partners to the same man, now united in purpose. Demi recently shared, "Our children are sisters, and yet there's no name for what our family connection is. We are mothers united." In a world often divided by labels, they have offered something better: unity through love. As the Willis family marks milestones, birthdays, quiet visits, a child's graduation, they offer a gentle reminder that a person's worth is not diminished by silence, that even in stillness, the soul remains. That connection, kindness, and memory are more powerful than any illness. There is no cure for frontotemporal dementia, but through their openness, Bruce's family is helping others feel seen, heard, and less alone. They believe, and many of us do too, that if Bruce could speak today, he would use his voice to bring light to this disease and remind us all. No one should walk this path in isolation. He may no longer appear on screens or speak to crowds, but the voice of Bruce Willis, the man, the father, the artist, echoes on. In every role that moved us, in every child he guided, in every quiet act of love that now carries his spirit forward. If you carry a memory of Bruce, a favorite line, a scene that stayed with you, a moment that made you feel less alone, share it. Let it live. Because though the stage has dimmed, his story is not finished. It lives on in all of us.